What is up, guys? RSC6414 here, back with another video. This time I'm reviewing Raw that happened last night. I didn't get around to doing it last night, so I'm going to do it now. Raw was pretty good, the both matches that were they on WWE.com, they already posted like 5 or 6 of like the 8 or 9 matches that happened. So you sort of knew what you were going to watch that night. So pretty good stuff. The first thing we have is Vince McMahon comes out. Daniel Bryan comes out when he interrupts Vince McMahon with Brad Maddox, who's also out there. They're sort of talking about Daniel Bryan, how it'd be weird if he was champion kind of thing. Daniel Bryan says it's that then Vince McMahon tells him John Cena didn't mean any of the things he said. He was lying through his teeth when he chose him to be the #1 contender, blah, blah, blah. And then Daniel Bryan said, Vince, I trust you whether you tell the truth or not. And then he confronts Cena later in the locker room, and he says he was telling the truth. But, excuse me, this was alright, this segment. And then Daniel Bryan said that it's not what you want, it's what the fans want. Then everybody started chanting yes, and he started doing the yes, 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 and then that was basically it. Then we go to our first match of the night, which is Mark Henry and the Usos versus The Shield. This match is pretty good. One point in the match, Mark Henry literally like takes out all 3 guys who come in at him, and then the Usos, or he takes out 2 of them. One's already on the outside of the ring. Then the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, do suicide dive and take out all 3 guys on the outside. Then I think it was Jimmy Uso hits a Samoan backdrop. He's going for the Samoan frog splash, and I think something happens. I'm trying to remember. I think he he misses it, and then Dean Ambrose hits the his finisher on him for the 1, 2, 3. The Shield win, and then Mark Henry gets angry at the end, comes out, and excuse me. And then he clears the ring of the Shield, throws him over the ropes, and then they all retreat, so it makes Mark Henry look like a vicious monster, basically, when really he's sort of like playing anti-hero now, maybe face, whatever, but he's sort of in the middle, so it's hard to tell really what direction they're going in. Next, we have Ryback backstage and catering, bullying some random guy. He gets mad at him, throws him through a table, kind of weird. Then we have Kane confronts Brad Maddox, wants to know where Bray Wyatt is. He says that the perfect way to send a message to Bray Wyatt is to beat Daniel Bryan tonight, and that's basically it. Next match we have is RVD versus Fandango. This match was 4 or 5 minutes, really short, not very good. RVD basically hits a moonsault on Fandango. He's going for the 5-star frog splash. Fandango retreats from the ring and then gets counted out, so RVD wins via countout. Then after the match, Fandango picks up a microphone, and is like, Fandango. And it's basically like, you didn't win the match, but whatever. RVD wins via countout. Next thing we have is AJ talking to Big E before AJ has their match versus Caitlyn. She says Big E needs to tell her when Caitlyn's coming to spear her because she's not looking out for her enough, and she sort of just disses Big E at that backstage segment. Then we have AJ versus Caitlyn. Okay, match. Basically what happens is AJ has her in a arm lock. Then she eventually, or arm bar, I should say. Then Caitlyn eventually rope breaks, and then AJ's out of nowhere. Caitlyn hits a spear later on in the match. The 1, 2, 3 pins AJ, and Caitlyn wins this match with the spear. So okay, not great, nothing special here. Then Dolph Ziggler comes out and says he challenges Big E to a match. Big E accepts, and that match happens right now. So it's the first of the feud, I guess. Started last week on SmackDown, I think it was, or may have been, yeah, SmackDown, when Ziggler took out Big E on the outside of the ring, and now they're having a match. So this match is pretty good. Big E dominated most of the match with some body slams, just kind of tossing Dolph Ziggler around the ring. Then you have later on in the match, Dolph Ziggler goes for a drop kick on Big E, takes Big E out, and Big E goes over the top rope, goes to the outside. Then all of a sudden AJ comes out of nowhere and like starts going nuts on Dolph Ziggler, just starts punching him, jumps on his back, so Dolph Ziggler wins via disqualification because AJ interferes. She's going nuts. After the match, Big E's sort of angry that AJ interfered and made him lose his match. Then when he has his back turned, Dolph Ziggler comes back, hits the zigzag on Big E, and then it makes Dolph Ziggler look strong, and Big E and AJ crumbling again. But I have a feeling that it's going to be a different story at SummerSlam, but that's just me. Next match we have is Alberto Del Rio versus Christian. This match was pretty good for what it was worth, I thought. Basically, Del Rio's making his decision for the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship on SmackDown, just like Cena did for the WWE Championship, but Del Rio's doing it this Friday on SmackDown for SummerSlam. And this match was good, though. I thought it was one of the better ones, Del Rio versus Christian. If you remember, they had sort of a feud in 2011 with Edge, or like when he was the going for the World Heavyweight Championship. So it was about WrestleMania time. But basically what happens is Del Rio at the beginning does an Irish whip on the outside on Christian right into the steel steps, and then he delivers a drop kick on Christian's shoulder against the steel steps. So Christian's shoulder is sort of hurt the whole match. But then Del Rio delivers a couple kicks a few times for near falls, those super kicks he does. And then at one point, Del Rio's dominating. He has Christian in the corner. He's going for an enziguri, misses it off the ropes. Then Christian goes for the, I think it's the kill switch. Del Rio counters that. Del Rio goes for the cross arm breaker. Christian counters that and then rolls Del Rio up for the 1, 2, 3. So Christian wins via pinfall. Everybody's like, ooh, Christian won. I saw this coming, to be honest. And I think it'll probably be Christian who Del Rio picks. I already know who it's going to be. But it could be Christian, it could be RVD, but most likely it's going to be Christian. But this match was good. So yeah, Christian wins via pinfall, via roll-up, I guess I should say, but pinfall. Next match we have Wade Barrett versus Cody Rhodes. This match was sort of short, sort of put Cody Rhodes over, make him look strong. Then Cody Rhodes, basically, Wade Barrett got his fair share of offense in here, but later on the match, Wade Barrett was dominating at the beginning, but then Rhodes bounced back, hits a moonsault on Barrett in the middle of the match. Then he goes for the running knee on Wade Barrett for a near fall, and then later on in the match, he hits the crossroads on Wade Barrett. For 1, 2, 3, Cody Rhodes wins, and Sandow comes out and insults Cody Rhodes, just bickering at him basically for him losing his briefcase on Friday Night SmackDown in the Gulf of Mexico. But yeah, he basically just insults Cody Rhodes and the crowd and then walks away. Then the next match we have is Daniel Bryan versus Kane. This match was pretty good. No complaints here. I thought it was lived up to its expectations. You knew Daniel Bryan was going to be exciting, and you knew Kane was going to be Kane. I like Kane, but you know he's not as flashy or as exciting as Daniel Bryan. But Daniel Bryan hits a running knee off the apron at one point to the outside of the match. Then he delivers a couple kicks. And then he delivers like 3 drop kicks when Kane's in the corner on the turnbuckles, pinned in the corner. Daniel Bryan hits 3 of those drop kicks, pins him for a near fall. Then Kane hits a sidewalk slam for a near fall. And then basically what happens is Kane's going for a choke slam. He's dominating Bryan. He picks him up. Daniel Bryan, Kane has Daniel Bryan by the neck, picks him up, Daniel Bryan jumps out of the clutch, I guess, on his neck, and then rolls Kane up for the 1, 2, 3. Daniel Bryan wins via pinfall. Then Kane gets angry, chokeslams Daniel Bryan, and then the Bray Wyatt music comes on. They come out, and then they're already in the ring, basically. Kane runs right by him, goes straight for Bray Wyatt, has him in the chokeslam, and then the Wyatt family ambush him from behind and take him out. And then you have Bray Wyatt deliver his sister Abigail, aka the STO, on Kane, and he says follow the buzzards, and that's it. Then the next match we have is Natalya versus Brie Bella. This match was short, whatever. We were getting a lot of Total Divas feuds, basically, but um, Natalia's going for the sharpshooter. Then here comes Nikki Bella with the whistle. She's like blowing it, distracts Natalya. Then Brie Bella uses that distraction to roll Natalya up for the 1, 2, 3. Stupid stuff. Terrible match. And yeah. Nothing against Natalya. They're making their best wrestler look like crap here. I mean, come on. Bella Twins blow a whistle, and this match lasts like 3 or 4 minutes. Now, generally, I don't rant on the WWE, but I mean, Lord, please just. I want to see some better Divas action. This is why the Divas division is terrible, because right now, besides AJ and Kaylan, because they don't use the Divas properly, but whatever. Next match we have is my little rant for the day, but this match is R-Truth versus Curtis Axel. Basically what happens is in the middle of the match, CM Punk comes running out, hits Curtis Axel, and then takes Curtis Axel out. He's going for Paul Heyman. He runs after him a couple times, almost gets him. Curtis Axel distracts him and goes at it with Punk, and then Punk takes out Curtis Axel, but by that time Paul Heyman's evacuated, makes Punk look strong, and then progresses the storyline a little bit, the feud. So now we have our main event, Ryback versus John Cena. Pretty good, alright match here. Basically what happens is Ryback's going to try and hit Cena with the table. He throws it. Cena moves out of the way. The table hits the steel post. Then later on in the match, John Cena has Ryback in an STF, but Ryback rolls out of the ring because there's no rope breaks. Then Ryback's laying on the steel steps. John Cena delivers the 5-knuckle shuffle on him. And then later on in the match, Ryback delivers a meat hook, has Cena right up against the table in the corner. Ryback runs at him. Cena moves out of the way. The table doesn't break. Then Cena picks up Ryback, delivers the AAA on Ryback through the table, and then Cena wins. Very predictable. You knew that was going to happen most likely. And Cena wins. Then Daniel Bryan comes out with the WWE, takes the WWE Championship, confronts Cena with it, and then Cena grabs it back from Daniel Bryan. When he's about to hand it, he pulls it back, and then Cena gets mad, grabs it, and they sort of have a little stare-off, making it intense for their match at SummerSlam to build that up a little bit. And we end the night with that. Overall, pretty good show with the exception of a couple matches, a couple endings, but this is a decent show, you know. Can't complain. Overall great, I give it 6 out of 10. Just sort of an average Raw for me, but good stuff from some matches. So yeah, 6 out of 10. Hope you enjoyed my review. Check out my other videos and subscribe. Thanks, guys.